Good morning. So we are headed to a rental property. I've been here before. I think I've worked on this unit before.
Turn right onto
Can't
US
remember
Highway
if this is
West.
what this little neighborhood I get. I'll probably work on all these houses. So I always get confused until I get there. But it's just a no cool. It's supposed to be vacant, so I should be able to film this one.
In 8.8 miles, turn right onto South County Highway
we're headed there now.
395.
So I'll see you at the house. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe and that alarm button to get notifications. I've been trying to put out some kind of video every day since I started this YouTube channel 2 months ago. Entertainment purposes, it's not always going to be educational, but at least if I can't film, I'll talk about my day and the obstacles I've come across and how I fixed them. So hopefully I can help some other techs out there, and I could talk forever. So I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys at the next one. All right. So it says it's the top floor. I like to always start on the inside and work my way out when I'm doing a no cool. I'll go in. First thing I do, I'll check the thermostat. Then I'll check the drain line, see if there's any moisture. Yeah, it feels warm. I think we're gonna have to climb up there. And then I'll check the blower. 74 to 79. And then we'll check if the blower's running and everything else is okay. Then we step outside and we check that. But all right, let me see if I can get that down. See if they got a rod somewhere. Well, what's an AC tech without having to get your ladder out first thing in the morning? Climb up in the attic, see what we got. We got the blowers running, outside units running, and it's not cooling. Check this drain. Drain's clear. I'll just reset it. That's clear. I'm going to do a temperature check, which we probably know is refrigerant related, but I'm just going to double check temperature now, and then I'm going to go down, do what I need to do, and then double check temperature again. Right. 58 coming out, which doesn't seem bad. So we have 74. 74 and then 59. Math is hard, so sometimes I just do the calculator. 15, so we're 15 to 20 degree temp split, so technically it's within range, but I'm gonna go check the pressure, see if we can get it to better range. I like it close to 20 degree temp split if I can. Also, one thing when I'm up there, or I'm at the air handler, while I'm checking the drain line and thermostat, I'll grab the line set, because sometimes you'll get a liquid line that's super hot, and that tells you that capacitor or that fan motor's bad outside. We're headed out here now. We got the good view of the pool and everybody else watching us today while we're at these units. We only got 2 units. I'm gonna go turn the thermostat off for the first floor so we know which one it is. Alright, that one stopped. This one is it. This is the one. So now we check our temperature. Okay, so I don't have a key for these. So I'm gonna show you a trick. But be quiet, don't tell anybody. Take your thermostat screwdriver, you put it at an angle, and you try to find where it's catching. And that's it. Easy peasy. Alright, now we let it run for a little bit and check the temperatures. So we are looking pretty low. Not too low, maybe a pound. Take a screenshot for the work order. And then I'm going to add a pound and see what we get, and then we'll go double check the temp split. So if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm putting in a T, and I like to hook up a T when I'm adding refrigerant, and I leave that valve open, like not depressed, so it's not calling for refrigerant, because this is how I purge the air out of my lines. I'll do this right here. I'll just loosen it a little bit, purge the air, close the valve, and then I'll open this. And I'll show you what it looks like. It's kind of like that. The T, the electric wires are always in the way, so these core depressors make life so much easier. Alright, so now we're going to add a little and see what happens. Signs of contaminants. This thing's just bouncing around. This right here was just at 8, jumped up to 10. This is why you add a little, the monitor, add a little monitor. It's just bouncing around. And that's a big indication that there's contaminants in the system. So if anyone's worked on this in the past, it just didn't pull a good vacuum or something. And the suction's just really low, like almost there's a restriction also. So I'm going to go check the temp split and see how we're doing now. I'm going to run up, check the temp split, but right now I have it on each side of that line dryer. Make sure that restrictor's not on that line dryer. I'm going to let this temperature settle out, and I'm going to come back down and check it. We're at about 54, we'll say, because it's still going to go down slowly. Then we'll try this one again, just to be sure. That's better. About an 18 degree. We don't need to be up here anymore. But if you're thinking it's like a TXV, always double check and make sure there's even a TXV in here, or piston, by the pressures and the subcoolant superheat. I can tell you it's most likely a TXV in this one. But let's go put our ladder up and hang out outside. Also, while I'm loading this ladder, one good thing to check if you're having room temperature issues and you do check the system and everything looks fine, check your ductwork. I've had multiple issues where the ductwork is, I've had one where the plenum was just completely disconnected. I've had multiple issues where unit's working fine, pressures are fine, everything's fine, but that ductwork has got some bad air leaks, and that's why it's not cooling the temperature in the room. Let's get this thing loaded up though. My van might look a little dirty, but everything has its place. Alright, so the temp across the line dryer, you're looking at 1, maybe 2 degrees. If anything over that, you definitely got like a restriction. But I think we're looking good here. It's less than 1 degree. So I think we're good. I have confidence this thing is going to cool down. The pressures are kind of weird, but we also have like kind of cooler mornings, 70 something degrees this morning. But the suction pressure should be, I would think, higher than that, being 77, 74 inside. But there's definitely contaminants in the system, so I think that if we put virgin refrigerant in here, pull a good vacuum, and flush it out with nitrogen and stuff, I think it'd fix a lot of things. But right now it looks okay and it's working good, so I think we're okay. I don't think there's a reason to do an electronic leak. I didn't add very much at all. I'm showing you guys how much refrigerant doing this right now. I'll show you how much refrigerant we lose with these quarter pressers. That's pretty much it on the liquid side. And the suction side. So that's why I like using the quarter pressers in this setup, because you hardly lose anything. And when you're working with water source units or sealed systems, you really don't want to like try to assume and estimate how much refrigerant loss you're going to use in your hoses. And you hardly lose any with this process. But I'm buttoning everything back up. This thing is missing a cap, so I'm going to add a cap to it. I got some extras. And all good. With this setup too, you got one hose. Yeah, I gotta coach my kids' soccer team this afternoon. Well, I thought I had some caps. I'm randomly out. I found one. So I'll put this one on one side and put the silver one back on the other. Alright, capture on there. All are good. I'm gonna set this one back to where they had it. And then I'm gonna go see if this temperature dropped up here. I'm definitely pulling some humidity out. That drain line's draining pretty good. Still set at 77. I'm gonna reset this thermostat. Press it and let her drain.